Welcome everybody to my video on Whitewood Centurion. Today I went to the Infinite Forbidden pre-release and went for the deck. There are many good things that I like about the deck, and I think it's really good with the Centurion engine. I have seen many builds around the internet with this deck, and I decided to brew my own build that I really liked. If you can leave a like, subscribe, maybe a comment if you would like maybe a combo and more in-depth video about the deck. So let's begin. First of all, I am running 3 Alistar of the White Forest. She is your normal summon. She is your 1-card combo of the deck. Her effect is by sending a spell trap from your field and or hand to the graveyard. You can special summon a level 4 spellcaster tuner, and it works really well with the Centurion package since Primera is spellcaster tuner and level 4 and light, and I mean really good. Furthermore, she's also an extender, and she can revive herself from the graveyard if you send to the graveyard as cost for a monster effect, which is really good. She is your 1-card combo, and you really want to draw her. And then we are playing the one Lisette. She is your extender that you usually search off of the spell and or the monster that searches them. She practically summons herself, then searches, and she can recur herself on your opponent's turn for a follow-up. Then we are playing to Sylvie, your second normal summon of the deck. On normal or special, you can search a spell trap. Furthermore, her and Rusia, they both share the same effect, that they can bounce a synchro from your graveyard or field to the extra deck, specifically a White Forest one, and then they can summon themselves. She is searching a spell or trap. She lets you send a spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard, then you can draw one, which is really, really insane if you have a dead card on your hand or field. And then we're playing the 1 Tails and the 1 Woes. You usually don't need them as much. You're usually discarding them whenever you get the choice, because they both share the same effect, that they can reoccur themselves from the graveyard if they were discarded for a monster effect. This one is the Rota, the Tails. This one lets you special summon from your hand or deck, then you can synchro summon into your Book of Eclipse synchro monster. And that's about it for the White Forest engine. Then we are running the Toy Box engine. The Toy Box is a very simple engine. You practically run the 3 Toy Box, 1 Toy Soldier, and 1 Toy Tank. They're not really bricks with this deck. Usually you just set them, then send them to the graveyard, and then they can special summon themselves. This one searches a Toy Box or level 4 light. This one revives or special summon from the hand. The Toy Box, which is also a really good card, it's a soft once per turn. That means if you draw 2 of them, you still have a full combo in your hand. This package is insane, and in the entire tournament that I have played, I drew it, I sent the cards to the graveyard, and got amazing pluses. Now we are with the Centurion package. I'm running 2 Primera, 2 Trudea, 3 of the field spell. Actually the fourth copy, which is a terraforming, one wake up, and one phalanx. Running this package, and I've seen many run the gargoyle, many run like a bit more of it, and to be honest, these are like dead cards most of the time in your hand, and you do not want to draw them. You usually want to draw like the stand up, the terraforming, these ones alongside with your white forest engine, but these ones are a nuisance most of the time. Not running any of the eights. I have tried it, and they're hard bricks when you draw them. I mean, if like having a Trudea, like normal summon or specialed from time to time, you can just okay, I'll full Centurion combo. I mean, this is still a Calamity Lock. This one is still a Calamity Lock, but a Gargoyle in hand is just a hard brick, and you cannot send it for anything but the stand-up cost. This is why I'm not running it and why I am running the Wake Up. And if I will do a combo tutorial, this card is like one of the best in the deck in this specific brew. And I really liked it. And you shouldn't run any more than one because it's not that important to the combo, but the one-off is searchable and amazing. This one is like your Nibiru proof line, and if you like break on the Centurion engine, you just Oxilla, set this one with like 4 hand traps, you will be fine most of the time. Now I am off to the non-engine. I am running 16 non-engine with this deck, with 12 hand traps and 4 board breakers and flex spots, whatever you may call them. But I'm running 3 Droll and Lockbirds. I mean, this format, I think that the Droll and Lockbird would be a staple, and it synergizes quite well with the deck, as might you like think, because this one is a spellcaster, and the rota for the deck, you have to control a spellcaster. So if you like hard brick and you have like the spell and draw, you can like okay, normal draw, activate a spell, search a Lizette, and usually you'll be fine with like maybe like an SP and like something else for an interruption if you decide to go that route. Then we are running 3 Ash Blossoms, still a mandatory card. Hits everything, as much as I don't really like to run it in a fire format where this card is an extender to many decks, and I usually side it out, especially versus the Snake Eyes matchup. But overall, it's kind of a must against the rogue decks. At least it feels like. Then I'm running the 3 effect Veilers and 3 infinite impermanence. Amazing cards, not once per turns. Your deck draws way too much and has easily advantage. Furthermore, I mean, you can search effect Veiler with the deck. The synchro says that you can search a light spellcaster tuner, and guess what? Veiler is a light spellcaster tuner. Therefore, you can search her if you have too much engine with your white forest. And then the last 4 cards, I am running 2 droplets and 2 talents. Now, I used to run Cold Buy while I tested for the deck, and it doesn't feel that impactful anymore. Going first or second, I do side it in this deck because I have so much flex spots. But usually whenever you like get drolled or whatever, I prefer to just talents, see your opponent and just reap one, and usually you'll have enough engine to continue comboing through if you drew like two engine most of the time. And this, oh yeah. And the droplet is just insane because alongside with the toy box engine, one second, with the toy box engine, they are practically free extenders. Since the toy box is not a once per turn, you can like send it for cost to whatever, and then like reoccur it, and then you have more fodder. Furthermore, you can also set these two and then like droplet and immediately get like special summon these two, and this one can like special summon from the graveyard or hand. This one searches the toy box, and or like a level 4 light, which is insane. Just insane value that you can get with this deck. This is a 41 main deck, and the main reason is that I have decided to instead run one Russia, run two, because it's better for the grind. I used to run one of her mainly while I was testing, and in the end, I just bumped her right before the games, and it made most of the difference. I mean, I had like hands that were consistent of like a toy box and her, and I like okay normal summon like effect to send a toy soldier. Toy soldier effect recur self searches herself, and then you like special summon herself because you control another white forest. And then you like synchro them for your own one for the level 8, and then you synchro both of them into your auxiliary, and then you have like a full combo from practically two cards. The whole deck is like 1.5 card combo most of the time, and it has such an amazing extenders. Now, let's move to the extra deck. Now, the extra deck has many flex spots, and you can run it whatever you'd like. I, misfortunately, do not own a copy of Chaos Angel, but it didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. To be honest, the lack of Baron de Fleur actually hurt a lot more because you can make Baron de Fleur so easily in this deck. And usually because you calamity your opponent, you don't really need to like go for a Chaos Angel. And usually in my games, two hand traps were enough to stop them, and then I like overwhelm them with the advantage that the deck provides. But this is the extra deck. You have many flex spots, and I will actually say which one are the replaceable card. Running to the Garia. You usually need one. The other one is should be the Chaos Angel, but I run two. It's good for the grind. It draws. It's. I mean, it's kind of a. It's a good card. It's an interruption. Whenever you go first, second, you can just go for it. Non-target pop. Amazing. The Auxilia is the usually go first one card, the combo line that you usually go for. It recycles, it searches, it does everything. And then this is the other flex spot. You can actually run a few Xyzes. I'm not running Xyzes in this deck. I maybe should like replace it for Zeus, which I've been thinking thoroughly, but in the tournament I decided not to run the Zeus instead of him. To be honest, he came up only once. It's like a 4K beater. I used to run him quite a lot, especially like in regionals when you get like um, grind games, like heavy grind games. You like reach to him, and it's like a 4K beater. When your opponent has one card, you have one card, and you can draw three with him, which is amazing from time to time. And then we are running the Crimson Dragon package with the Calamity and the Cosmic. Amazing. I like it, and usually you can reach to like a turn 0 Crimson Dragon with the draw phase of your opponent. You just immediately Calamity them, which is absurd. Should get banned. I don't think that Konami will ban this card anytime soon. Now for the White Forest cards. You only need one of each because they are easily recyclables. This one is your main combo line. She searches Light Spellcaster and any White Forest monster card. Yeah, I mean, she's good. This one is your Book of Lunar Eclipse. On special summon, it flips all your monsters, all the monsters your opponent control face down. She gives piercing and overall amazing. This one, she reoccurs from the graveyard, and she can special summon one of these two. And I've seen many decks actually run a Formula Synchron with her, so they can end up on her, and then they can activate her effect. When your opponents activate a card or effect, you can just special summon a tuner from the extra deck. Usually it's like Formula Synchron. You can then, I believe, draw one and then like synchro into Chaos Angel, which is very good. But since I'm not running Chaos Angel, I did not run this card. And then we are off to the links. Pretty standard. One line, one SP, one unicorn, which came up a lot, and a Selene Apulosa line that actually barely saw any play because this is a win more, and you usually or make it like as your fifth summon with the deck if you drew really well, or you just end on SP and Oxyla, or maybe the Omni Negate and Oxyla, and maybe Crimson Dragon Oxyla SP. Depends on your hand, but this one is the line usually. And then maybe you go for the Unicorn instead, especially in the grind games where I have like a dead spell card in hand and I can go for him, since most of the White Forest cards synergize with discard for a monster effect cost. You can actually make him discard one of the White Forest cards, and then you get immediately set it for basically no cost of him, which is really good. And then the Selena Pulosa, you can also run access code if you really wanna. I did not really miss it that much, to be honest. And you basically get maybe a pop 2, pop 3 in the grind game if you get to him, which, to be honest, I did not even test with him. It didn't feel that important to me. You usually make them under D-barrier and or to break a board. That actually happened quite a lot. You're like SP banish, and with the threat of SP like 2 for 1, it works really good. Now I will show you the side for the deck. But the side is usually for per player region sort of things. In my locals, there are many trap decks and control, and you really need the back row 8. So I'm running 3 Cosmic Cyclone with 1 Duster. The hidden spice of the deck, which is the Secret Village, to have a second target for the terraforming. Your entire deck is spellcasters, so you should abuse it as much as you can. But to be honest, I don't really like to have so many floodgates in one deck, even though it's really funny when you like activate it against a runic deck. They just like stare at you and they can't do anything. It's really funny and I love it. One called by the grave because I had the space for it. I usually side it against like a Tempai, and I just replace the Veilers for like this one and the two ogres that I have in the side. For the traps, I'm running one anti-spell, three evenly matched. Um, Evenly match is good against almost everything going first. If you're going second, and if you ended up going first while thinking you're going second, you can always discard them for the effect of the white woods. This one is because I really hate back row hate, as you may assume, since I am a Centurion player and we all hate the cosmics. And now we are running the two ogres. They usually replace the dead cards that I might have in my side, and then a bestial package that will go off as soon as I get my Chaos Angel. Again, they in this format I really like and hate them at the same time because they are really good most of the time, but when you're playing against a a fire deck or a deck that don't play them, they feel so dead. And this is why I'm mainly siding them. I used to like run 1-1 in the main, and if my opponent he had it, and I would just DD Crow it. They're really good. I mean, your Link pretty often you can get like a 2-for-1 with them. It works fine, but it's only fine, and beyond that, um, my overall experience with them, that they're usually like sided once, but mainly because I also didn't play against many light and dark deck. And that is it with this video. If you enjoyed, you are more than welcome leaving a like and subscribe maybe to the channel for more videos to come. If you have any criticism of the video, you're more than welcome to add a comment below what you like, what you disliked, what you may add to the deck, and more and more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.